Hello and welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I've done this twice already, but I think I'll change my name back to my book recommendations. I didn't think about checking it when I changed it to the Bearded Bookworm. Come to find out, there's already a page called the Bearded Bookworm. I don't know how active he is, but he had it first, so it's his. So my book recommendations, it is what it is. I'm fine with that. I am going to go over. I'm back on Jack Carr, and actually I read this book a few weeks ago, and I just now getting around doing the video on it. But it's book 2 of the James Reece series. It's True Believer. I mean, to me, Jack Carr he's just one of the better authors out there right now. He's knocking them out of the park, and I cannot wait to finish this series. And like Cry Havoc is due to release in June, I believe. Pre-orders on sale right now. But today we're talking about True Believer. So at the end of the terminal list, you know, he dealt with the people he had to deal with. I'm going to try to not give too many spoilers. I'm going to try to hit the highlights, and I don't want to ruin anything for you because these books are really, really good, and I want you to just a story. I was watching a movie one time, The Sixth Sense. And it was right before I had to go to work. And I started it and I started watching it. I got the last 30 minutes and I had to leave. I shut it off and I had to go to work. And I worked with a guy that told me about The Sixth Sense. So I started watching it. So I got to work that day and I'm like, hey man, I was watching The Sixth Sense, man. It's really good. I said, but I had to cut it off about 20, 30 minutes to go in the movie. He said, so you didn't watch the end of it? And I'm like, no. He said, like, I'm going to tell you. He said, no, you need to watch it. I said, man, go ahead and tell me. I doubt I'll go back and watch it. It was a good movie. But then he told me the ending of it, and it crushed my soul that I did not watch that on the movie. So anyway, so I won't try to spoil anything with these reviews and recommendations, just trying to hit the highlights with you. But so at the end of the terminal list, he does what he has to do, and he is on the run. And we start off with True Believer. He is on a sailboat crossing the Atlantic going to Africa. Lo and behold, one of his teammates, his family's from Africa. So, and they have a hunting preserve, so he goes over there, links up with them to kind of hide out a little bit and try to get his mind right. You know, at this time he still thinks he's dying. He still has the brain tumor. He thinks he's dying. So he's basically going to Africa to die and live out his life off the grid so he don't get arrested, executed for what he did. So he gets to the hunting reserve, and then, of course, he does the James Reece stuff. He excels in that. And so anyway, he's on this hunt preserve, and he's living his life. He's doing what he has to do. Then one day, out of the blue, he has a visitor. And his visitor is with the CIA, I believe he's with, but it's Freddie Strain. Well, Freddie is a former teammate, operator, Navy SEAL that's kind of moved up. He was sent to go find James, and he has a proposition for him. So James thinks he's coming to either execute him right then, kill him right then, or take him into custody. But Freddie, he's got a proposition. He wants Reece to come on board with the CIA as a contractor to help find a guy that's linked in with some terrorists. Mohammed Farku. I'm sure I messed that up, but they call him Mo. And Mo is an interesting character because he is a U.S. asset in the Middle East. And James trained him in Iraq. And I mean, like he's working with the CIA, working for the CIA. And they think he's turned rogue and started these terrorist attacks. Well, James agrees to do it. And he'll get a full pardon. He'll have a surgery to take care of the tumor off. And I think this is a part of the story where Freddie tells him that the tumor is not life-threatening. He's going to live. They'll be able to have surgery and he'll be able to have surgery and remove the tumor, and he will be able to live a long, healthy life. So, of course, James agrees to that, and they go to an undisclosed location to train, and they get trained up, and so they go out and search for Mo. Well, they find Mo, or you could say Mo finds them. When they get to talking, Mo's confused because only thing he's doing is only jobs he's doing is what the CIA or America is telling him to do. So he's clueless in that he's even a part of a terrorist plot because, he's working with the U.S. government. Well, while they are going through what, they're accusing Mo of, they realize they opening up a bigger conspiracy that goes way above them. And this conspiracy involves a Russian mob boss and a traitor to the U.S. Well, the traitor to the U.S. and this mob boss is getting Mo to perform these terrorist attacks that the U.S. is not sanctioning. So they open up that conspiracy and they start going down that rabbit hole, and they open up a bigger conspiracy to assassinate a few world leaders. So James and Freddie, they go off trying to protect these people, and there's where the story gets super interesting. And I think that's where I'm going to leave off because I don't want to give you any spoilers because it is a great story. And like I say, I am a Jack Carr fan. I cannot wait to read any and everything that he writes. The only critique I have of his writing, and who am I to critique Jack Carr? He goes into so much detail. When he goes in detail about these weapon systems they use, or the military vehicles that they use, or just stuff that calls to go in detail for, that that you could look up. When he's talking about his guns, you can Google SIG 225 and look it up and see what he's talking about. And I love that. But sometimes it kind of feels like a commercial because he'll say something like James will go get a cup of coffee or get a cup of Black Rifle coffee instead of saying he'll go get a cup of coffee. So sometimes it seems like there's product placement, and that is what it is. It's definitely not a deal breaker. It's just one of those things that I've noticed that, like I say, the Black Rifle coffee, or he'll call it the Sika bag instead of him just going to get a bag, or his backpack or something like that. But I mean, that's fine. If that's the worst thing he does in these books, I can live with that. But let me know in these comments if you've read these books. Let me know what you think. I really do enjoy these books. If you haven't read it, I'm going to leave a link in the description, Amazon affiliate link to where you can pick up a copy of it yourself. And I hope you enjoy these videos. Stepping out of my comfort zone, like I said, I'm learning. Hopefully I'm going to get better the more I do, and I appreciate you watching. I'm going to have to learn how to talk. That's for sure. I appreciate you watching, and until next time.